So Caitlin Clark officially has made the All WNBA first team. She's officially made it, lads. And if you guys agree that she deserved to make it, subscribe. We are currently -1 subscriber for today, and we don't want to lose subscribers. If we could even get to like 2, that's good. Obviously, I know the channel is going to slow down, but if we can keep it going that we're not losing subscribers any given day, that'd be great. But yeah, so obviously Caitlin Clark made the first team. No shit. Like, she made the fourth in MVP voting. And I'll talk a little bit about it, but she got 66 of 67 people said she should be on the All-W first team, which for me makes no sense because 13 people said she wasn't top 5 in MVP voting. And then also, but I'm guessing it's the Angel Reese fourth place voter. I'm still convinced that Angel Reese fourth place voter is the person that voted Kelsey Mitchell third. I genuinely do think that. But you can see right here, the All-W first team, they put, like, the first 4 are obvious. And the funniest thing is, the first time the WNBA announced the graphic, they said this. Do you see what's wrong here? Supposedly, AJ Wilson plays for the Sparks, and then we got Caitlin Clark here. Not Caitlin Clark, we got Caitlin Clark. Caitlin Clark. Not even spelled right. For the second team, it is Arike. So Arike is an interesting one. I thought the Jonquel, Sab, Neka Wumake, and what's her name were guaranteed. And Copper were pretty much guaranteed. I thought we were maybe going to see a Kayla McBride. Because, like, I'm trying to think based on MVP voting. Maybe it should have been Arike. You know what? I don't really care that much about Arike. Arike did Arike things for better or for worse this season. So I'm cool with Arike being on the second team. And obviously, the first rookie since 2008 to be on the All WNBA first team. First rookie guard since Taurasi, which is incredibly, incredibly impressive. And 66 of 67 voters. 66 of 67 said she was either on the first or second team. That makes more sense. That makes a lot more sense than my one. Did they fix it? Yeah. We've got Caitlin Clark and we got AJ for the Aces. So that makes sense. And obviously the Angel Reese voter. But, like, that's the funniest thing is the Angel Reese voter didn't even, like, was the voter. The Angel Reese fourth place voter didn't even have her top 10, which is berserk. Which is absolutely berserk, by the way. And, by the way, a certain person is crashing out on Twitter, which I'm not going to obviously say who the person is. But their initials are NE. With the way they're crashing out about Caitlin Clark making the first team over Sabrina, when, I don't know, Caitlin Clark literally was higher than Sabrina in every single stat, and I know the New York Liberty won more games, but I'm sorry if you gave Caitlin Clark. John Quell's better than Leah Boston. Obviously, Stewie's better than Kelsey Mitchell for the next best player, or for obviously the best player. Stewie's better than Kelsey Mitchell. John Quell's better than Leah Boston. Phoebich is better than anyone else. Niara is better than any of the bench bigs for Indiana. Lainey Hamilton, definitely better than Alyssa Smith. Obviously not for positions. I'm just ranking, like, where they come in the lineup. Sloot, way better than Erica Wheeler. So, yeah, it's not on Caitlin Clark. Like, if you swapped Caitlin Clark and Sabrina Ionescu, the series is already over. Like, they've swept. They've swept the playoffs if you make that swap. But yeah, that is my opinion on it all. Like, I think that it was a given. I think that it was a given. Like, a lot of people thought that they were actually waiting this long. I don't understand really what they were doing waiting so long. Like, the season potentially could have ended today. But the rumor is they waited so long. Well, the rumor was that they waited so long because they were so scared about the backlash from Caitlin Clark not making it. And obviously Caitlin Clark did go and make it, which is good. Which is obviously a good thing for her. But yeah, like, we're not going to see any media discourse, except the fact is we are. Like, the most obvious one, like the four players, take away Alyssa Thomas. And the amount of people that were like, oh, defense matters. Like, yes, defense matters, but offense is a lot more important than defense. No offense to anyone who doesn't think that. Like, there's a reason why Luka Doncic got the Dallas Mavericks to the NBA Finals, and the man can't guard a parked car. And like, there's a reason why LeBron James in 2018, LeBron James guarded nobody in 2018. Like, people talk about that being like the peak of LeBron James, him carrying the Cavs to the finals. Like, he literally didn't guard anybody. He picked the worst player in the other team to guard. And so many of the best players in the world do not guard anybody. Even the ones that can play defense don't choose to guard anybody. Breanna, you're acting like Breanna Stewart guards people. Like, she'll sometimes guard Fee, but that's once Fee starts cooking, it immediately goes to Feebich. Like, none of these players, Aja doesn't necessarily take on the defensive assignment. That's Kia Stokes. That's what Kia Stokes on the floor for. Like, people don't understand that the best in the world two-way players is literally impossible if you're a guard. The energy it takes to be a really good defensive guard is crazy. And also the fact that Sabrina Ionescu is that much better on defense than Caitlin Clark. That's the funniest thing about this all. Yeah, actually, she played good defense in the playoffs because, in fairness, she just chose not to shoot for most of the games. Like, Sabrina Ionescu only shot the ball 12 times today. I'd say 7 of them were in the last 12 minutes of the game. Sabrina's just choosing not to shoot. She's playing defense. It's a lot easier to play defense when you don't have to do everything for your team on offense. But yeah, that's just my opinion on it all. Like, it was one of the most obvious choices. And like, I just don't, there's no argument to be made that Caitlin Clark wasn't all W first team. Like, there actually wasn't. Like, if you are arguing that she wasn't all W first team, you are arguing just nonsense. That's the only thing I can say. You're arguing based on emotions and not based on basketball, because there is literally no argument there. There is absolutely no argument. Like, her team was a 6th seed, cool. If her team was the 4th seed, she's the MVP. Like, she had a better statistical season than Aja Wilson. And you might be saying, oh, but like, what about the rebounds and stuff? It's like, points generated is literally the most important stat. That is the most important stat in basketball. Points generated. And because whoever scores the most wins at the end of the day. Obviously, if you subtract points conceded, while neither of them played good, like, on-ball defense, Aja Wilson was still like the best rim protector in the W. Can't question that. But like, statistically, if not better than Aja Wilson, she had an on-par statistical season with Aja Wilson. So yeah, I think 4th place MVP, all W first team was just the obvious thing. I think Stewie on the first team was obvious. And I thought Sabrina up to the Olympics was obvious. And people were like, oh, the voters like don't talk about slow starts. And I'm like, Caitlin Clark's slow start was much better than Sabrina Ionescu's slow finish. Sabrina sucked after the Olympic break. And I don't mean like Sabrina, if there was a if we were to rank players based on how they play post-Olympic break, I'm going Fee 1, Clark 2, Aja 3, Kelsey 4. Like, that would be my top 4 post-Olympic break. But like, Sabrina's down in like 30. She's down at like 30. And after Caitlin Clark's slow start, she was at like, she would have been at 15 maybe 15. But yeah, that's pretty much it. That's the video. Thank you guys for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe.